We have Sema Hernandez running for U.S. Senate. You get 2 minutes to introduce yourself, and then 2 questions with 1-minute follow-ups.
All right, well, thank you for the invitation. I apologize for the delay. I just drove in from Snyder, Texas, which is about a 5-hour drive. Beautiful scenic views. That's one of the highlights of traveling across the state, that I've been doing that for the past 4 years. I am no stranger to this type of statewide election, a federal election for United States Senate. I did it in 2018, got 250,000 votes on a very progressive campaign platform, and what that tells me, and it sends a message to the political establishment, is that Texas is ready for a person who is going to stand up to the interest of big corporations, big money, Republicans in office. They have a rude awakening coming in 2020. And we are going to take them on by being unapologetically human and representing the issues that truly matter to people across the state of Texas. So running a race in 2020 prepared me to take on John Cornyn now. So 2018, 2020, I was the co-chair of the Texas Poor People's Campaign, which was a very eye-opening experience for me, and in my process of decolonization and talking about the issues and knowing how to mobilize and organize across the state of Texas at the state capitol and shutting down the industry of the fossil fuel industry, where they get their oil and gas permits at the Texas Railroad Commissioner's building. And that's something that doesn't happen very often. But I'm using my 34 years of experience as a daughter of immigrants, as an activist, an organizer, someone who worked in the medical field, someone who's worked in the insurance field, to talk about the very uncomfortable truths that are being told to us constantly by our very own government. And I'm running as a Democrat because I am a Democrat. I've been a Democrat since I first voted, which is something that not a lot of young people do nowadays. I got 30 seconds left, thank you. I want to be able to go up against John Cornyn in November. So I'm asking you for your trust, I'm asking you for your vote, I'm asking you to vote for yourselves, and how you vote is going to impact not just you, it's going to impact people across the entire state, including how we handle the immigration crisis, how we handle the climate crisis, how we handle our inequality in our income and our healthcare system. We want someone who's going to go in there knowing where they stand, and I am someone who's going to fight for you and not compromise on the issues that matter most. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions?
After you defeat John Cornyn, what legislation will be your first priority as a member of the U.S. Senate, and why?
Tackling the climate crisis. It is intersectional, and therefore we have to handle it in a way that addresses multiple facets. So from ending the subsidies to the fossil fuel industry, ensuring that we fully fund our public education system, ensuring that we repeal the Crime Act, and ensuring that we fund the Green New Deal to ensure that we have a robust and stable economy, as well as a very well-educated economy where we no longer are burdened by student loan debt. And that will help build our crumbling infrastructure and ensure that we are compatible and marketable with the rest of the world.
Thank you. How would you propose to address the problem of gun violence in the United States?
Oh, I get this question a lot. Now, I'm a mother of 4 kids, and they're all boys, so you know it's never boring. When my child asks me if they can go and play at their friend's house, I have to first check in with their parents and ask them the very difficult questions. Do you have prescription drugs? Are they out of the reach of children? And is there a gun in the house? And if so, is there a gun safe in the house? That is extremely important to consider. And when I was a young child, I went into my father's closet and pulled out a gun that he had up in the closet. And what I want to tell the people who are gun owners is that if you're going to have a gun, and you're already a law-abiding citizen, we want to make sure that those guns do not land in the hands of young children or people who have some kind of mental health disorder, or any kind of rage, or have violence in their background, their history. We need to ensure that we implement universal background checks. We need to be sure that we utilize the laws that we currently have in place, the Commerce Clause, to regulate the industry, as well as ensuring that we put amendments in place that we make sure that those responsible gun owners are abiding by those laws and implementing other provisions which ensure that they are having guns safe in their homes.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and as a mom, I did the same things.
Oh, see? That's what we got to do. Thank you.
Next up, we